afternoon to talk about the news that have been going around regarding the African migrants that were sold in Libya. I watched the video. I'm telling you, is it was terrible. If you watch that video, you know what I'm talking about. It's as if you're watching a horror film. And not only they were being sold, if you watch part of the video, they showed when they were being tortured, they were beaten, and they were in prison. You know, they can put about 50 or 60 of them in a very small room. I'm telling you, it's not right. Century of ours, this 24th century, Africans are still selling Africans as slaves. That is not right. It's not the right thing to do. And I'm using this medium to appeal to people who want to travel, to go to Europe the same way. Please don't do it. Refrain from doing that. For your own sake, don't travel to Europe, don't travel to Libya. Don't go. But I don't really blame these guys that traveled, that they got themselves in this situation. I don't blame them, because they are trying to go to Europe to better their lives and to sustain their family back home in Africa. That is the main reason they all traveled, and because of the insecurity in their places, in their countries. That is why they travel in the first place. I don't blame them. But these are the people that I blame. I blame African leaders for corruption. I blame African leaders for their greed. I blame African leaders for the insecurity in Africa. I blame African leaders for the nonchalant attitude towards their citizens. Because if the corruption is not there, the money that has been mismanaged, they can use that money to create jobs. And once the job is there, people don't want to run away from their place of birth. If there is security, if everywhere is peaceful, people don't want to run away from their place of birth to run to Europe and got stuck in Libya. That is why. This should be a wake-up call to all African nations, African countries. This should be a wake-up call. Whether Gambia, Ghana, Togo, Cameroon, Nigeria, East Africa, West Africa, all those, this should be a wake-up call to Africa. We need to put our houses in order in Africa. You know, all the countries need to put everything in order. You know, because it's not all about money. Don't get me wrong. It's good to have money if you're hardworking. If you have the money, fine, but not in the shady way, not in the corny way, not by, you know, mismanaging, and not by corruption. That is not the right way to have the money at the expense of the masses. No, that is not right. That is not right. In this world for a limited time. You know, we're in this world for a limited time. We might sleep, we might not even wake up. We might go out, we might not even come back in. We came naked to this world, we are living naked. We bring nothing and we are living with nothing. Vanity upon vanity. All is vanity. Of what's important is that money to the person. So we need to do the right thing. We need to lead by example as a leader. You know, we need to be accountable to our action. We need to create a rule of law. We should not be above the law. We need to create security in Africa. We want people to look and see Africa as a very good continent. You know, Africa can stand out. There is nothing that cannot be possible. You know, this should be a wake-up call, like I said, to all the African leaders. Because Africans are suffering. Almost 95% of Africans are suffering. They are suffering. And that is not the way to do it. I was reading the news last week about Nigeria. They said, I don't know how far that news is true, they were trying to increase the palm price. Now again, the masses over there in Nigeria and the poor, they are going to suffer again for what they know nothing of, you know, because the masses are not the one ruling the country. It's the leaders that are ruling the country. And for if somebody mismanage this money, they should go after those people, not by increasing the palm price and be putting the burden and the suffering on the poor masses. That is not right. What stopped our leaders from reducing the pump price? More they increase it? You know, they have been talking about this subsidy for years. One would have thought they must have exhaust all the subsidy. But because they want to increase it, that is the word they keep using, subsidy, subsidy. And it's wrong. All the masses should enjoy the dividends of democracy. These are the people that have voted for you. You know, we need good governance. I really applaud the president of Nigeria for fighting corruption. I'm telling you, I really applaud him for doing that. But that is not enough, Mr. President. We are doing the right thing, but it is not enough. People are suffering in Nigeria. Please, all the money that you have recovered from all these corrupt politicians, we want to know, what are you going to do with this? Let us see. Put something out there. Let the masses enjoy the dividends of democracy. Corruption is not the way out in Nigeria. And I really applaud the president once again for fighting corruption. But the masses are not, they can't feel it in Nigeria. They don't even know the difference. But please, Mr. President, we want you to please ease the burden of the masses. Don't increase the pump price. Create jobs for the youth. Let them enjoy the dividends of democracy in Nigeria. Please, Mr. President, I'm begging you. We bring nothing to this world. We are living with nothing. The same thing in African countries. We need to be leadership. We need to have that leadership example role, so that people can look towards us and say, yes, we have done the right thing. You know, they said a good name is better than silver and gold. A good name is better than silver or gold. I don't think that appeals to African nation. I'm sorry to say if I'm wrong. I don't mean to be rude, but that is the bitter truth. You know, there is an adage in Yoruba that says, Ileti afitomo iriniowo, that is, a house built with spittle will be demolished by morning dew. Let me say that again. A house built with spittle will be demolished by morning dew. That is the money that is acquired by illegal means, either by corruption, either by kickback or all those stuffs. That money would destroy that person and his family. You know, it's only when our leader restitute, when they return all the money that are acquired illegally, that they can have peace. I'm telling you. We need peace in Nigeria. I'm begging everyone in Nigeria. We start to do the right thing in Nigeria. Please, we bring nothing to this world. We are living with nothing. Vanity upon vanity. The masses are suffering. The masses are suffering. And I don't know where they want to, all these politicians want to take all this money. I don't know. You can't take money to heaven. We can't take money to heaven. For Christ's sake, let's just sit down. Let us ask ourselves, am I doing the right thing for this country? Am I doing the right thing for this country? Please, let us think and look at that. Just talk to yourself in your inner mind. You will not. You can't deceive yourself. You can deceive others, but you can't deceive yourself. If your mind is telling you, shut up, you are not doing the right thing, that means you are not doing the right thing. You need to restitute. Return all the stolen money back. It's not all about money, money, money. It's about the life that you impart with your love, the life that you impart with doing the right thing. Those mind, those life will continue to pray for you. And the money our leaders are earning as salary is enough to sustain them and their family. But we don't need to add corruption to it. You know, our house member, they need to do more. All these allowances they are giving to themselves, it doesn't worth it. When they are taking food allowance, clothes allowance, house allowance, cars allowance, hair allowance, all those allowances, who is going to give the masses allowance? We need to sacrifice. We need to sacrifice. You know, it's not all about money. I'm begging you, Nigerians. I'm begging you, Africans. Let us do the right thing. Africans and Nigerians and all other nations, all the masses are suffering. Please, they are suffering. They are suffering. Enough is enough. Let's do the right thing. To do so.